Hello everyone, my name is the Chemist77 and welcome to episode 42 of Farming Minecraft. We started with a time lapse today because the recording this week has been out of whack. This is my third time trying to record the episode. The first time the recording got corrupted, the second time my mic wasn't connected, and it's all gone a bit to pot this week. So yeah, that's just on the video recording side of things. I have been doing a full week of streaming my hardcore world, so if you'd be interested in seeing that, then feel free to drop in when I'm live over on twitch.tv/thechemist77, or you can catch up on all the VODs either on Twitch or on my voice channel, the Chemist77 VODs. So yeah, and with that, because it's all a bit chaotic with recording and corruption and stupid OBS things, it's probably going to be quite brief. I'm going to keep this sort of as short as possible because it's quite busy. It's currently 20 past 3 on Friday afternoon, the day before this is supposed to go up. But yeah, it's certainly been a day. But yeah, as you would have seen from the time lapse and the title, of course, we have built a pumpkin and melon farm. Probably not something you should wait until, episode 42. But yeah, this is generally quite a good thing to do relatively early on in a world because pumpkins and melons are obviously very, very useful for trading with farmer villagers. I, however, of course, got my iron farm set up and traded with smithing villagers for emeralds, so it wasn't too high on the must get done list. As you can see, we've got a load of stuff floating around here, pumpkins and melons, because I've not got the collection system turned on because it's quite loud because there's a lot of minecarts. But yeah, now there's sort of really two things to talk about with this farm. The first is why it's laid out in the way it is. Why have we got strips of pumpkin and melon plants? And quite simply because it's actually faster rates. So rather than having like one half of this be all pumpkins and one half of this be all melons, it's actually more efficient to have alternating layers. The reason being, I think, because the game, whenever say this one gets random ticked, it will do a check around it to see if there are any other pumpkin plants. And in this case, it's just melon plants, so it's fine. If there are pumpkin plants there, then there is a chance that the game will actually stop the pumpkin plant from growing. And that is why it's more efficient to alternate. Of course, if you really wanted to, it would probably be better if you built this, like all of this space with just pumpkins, and then this again with just melons. But then it's just like lots of space, more materials. So it's perfectly fine to have it like this. And the other thing is how on earth it works, because I appreciate probably the majority of people might know how it works, but there's always the possibility that there are those that don't. And so basically what we've got is we've got a checkerboard pattern of stems and just dirt blocks. So obviously pumpkins and melons, when they grow a full block adjacent to the stem. And when that happens, the stem curves over. Now this is a state change that can be detected by an observer, hence why we have all of these observers looking at the stems. And then when that happens, the observer pulses, it powers all of these note blocks. Well, obviously not one observer powers all of them. So each observer will power a note block, and then the redstone dust around a note block will power, and that will update the piston that it's on top of, which will then punch out, like we've seen just there and there. Yeah, we'll punch out the pumpkins and melons. And so that then leaves everything on here. Obviously pumpkins drop as the full pumpkins, melons drop as melon slices. And so what we can do is if we turn on the collection system, there go the minecarts, we see a whole host of vegetables getting spat out. And yeah, as you can hear, quite loud. And again, we're just using the standard minecart unloader Biomango that I've used basically everywhere at this point. And yeah. And again, as normal, water stream, and we run into our honey blocks over the collection system. So again, recap, the honey blocks are less than a full block, which means that any items will align along this edge of the block, which means it can be picked up by the hopper. And here we have just standard item filters, like so. So we have 2 banks, and I'm going to turn this off again because it's very annoying. We have 2 banks of pumpkins, so 6 double chest totals, and then 4 banks for melon slices, or 12 double chests total. And of course, because you get multiple melon slices per melon, which you then need to craft into melon blocks. So that is that, and that is pretty much it for the episode. A very short one today. Yeah, it's been a busy week streaming and then with all the recording, but yeah. So I'll fill out the end of this episode with a bit of shameless self promotion. But if you want to end there, then yeah, I'll see you next time. But yeah. So as I said, I do stream. I'm streaming all week this week from my hardcore world. Generally, my stream is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Tuesdays I'll stream from this world, Thursdays I'll stream from my hardcore world, and Saturday is pretty much whatever I want. Often it'll be a different game altogether, so currently I've been playing Subnautica. But yeah, for all the information or like live updates, then you can follow me on Instagram as well, and I'll do lots of, okay, not lots of, I'll do the odd post on certain things that's happening there. If I'm doing a special thing on stream, it'll be posted there. And also on my the community posts on YouTube as well. But yeah, that will do it for today's episode. If you did want to see more, then do subscribe. They're obviously not quite as short as this. They're often a bit larger, a bit more in depth. As you can see around me, we've got a lot of stuff built. And I do have a world tour episode 25, but that was quite a while ago when we are almost set for another world tour at episode 50. But yeah, that will do it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.